how to use the volume tool to do a takeoff for a pond that has different depths, and I'm going to use the volume tool to figure out how many cubic yards of earth I need to move. This is a site plan, so the very first thing we need to do is double check the scale is set. So I'm going to zoom in here. I can see that the scale is set to 1 inch equals 20. I'll hit my scale button over there. I see that it's standard, 1 inch equals 20. That's fine. I'll hit set. And by the way, I used the ruler tool before to measure between these 2 points, and that's 40 feet. So yeah, we're in about the right ballpark. So I'm going to use the scroll wheel to zoom out again. I'm going to hold down the right mouse click and drag the drawing, center it to where I need to be, where I'm going to create basically my takeoffs for 4 different depths: 48 inch, 36 inch, 24 inch, 12 inch depths. And I'm going to start with the deepest part first. One of the first things I'll do is I'll make sure that this freeform line is clicked, it's gray, so that I can draw lines without having to worry about the line snapping to 0 degrees, 22 degrees, and 45 degrees. That really helps you when you're on a plan and you're doing true vertical and true horizontal. But in this case, I want to draw these lines as free as possible. I'm going to go ahead, select the volume tool, select area. I'm going to put my depth at 48 inches, deepest part first. So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to start drawing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is essentially just basically follow the contours a little bit. You know, I'm eyeballing it, right? I'm going to just say that this portion is the deepest portion. I'm going to hit return. So right there, about 168.48 cubic yards of earth needs to be moved. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do the 3-foot section. I'll hit the select tool, come back to the volume tool so I get a completely new measurement. So now I'm going to go to a depth of 36 inches. I'm going to click set. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here and I'm going to just draw it out straight. Okay. First thing I noticed, volume linear. The wrong tool is being used. So I'm going to hit the escape key again, hit select, and then I'm going to hit volume again, and I'm going to hit area. Okay, and then I'm going to put 36 inches. Set. Okay, so you see volume area. Okay, so now I'm going to click here, go out a little bit this far, and then I'm going to come and follow the contours here, just like I did last time. And you're going to say, oh, wait, hang on a minute. You're also including the 48 inch or the 4-foot section. I'm going to show you a trick. As I'm coming around, okay, remember, I started my line here. So now I'm going to go like this. So I'm just going to try to hug, just click on the points, wherever those points of the green line were. Notice what I'm doing? Now I'm putting kind of like a ring around the other section, right? And remember, I'm using the right mouse click, see? And like I'm right about there, I'm just going to hit enter. Okay? If I wanted to get it really exact, I can do this, and I can drag this here, and I can drag that point here to make them overlap, right? To get it more precise. But so now you see I have 2 areas. This is 168.448 cubic yards moved in the green section. This is 76.27 cubic yards moved in the purple section. I'm just going to go ahead and click on this, right mouse click, delete, because we don't need that guy. And so now I'm going to do that all over again, and I'm going to follow the contours of this outer ring, right? So I'm going to come to the volume area. I'm going to switch over to area. Now I'm going to go 24 inches, set. I'm going to do the same exact thing that I did here. I'm going to click here, come out, and just basically follow these lines, the contours of these lines. On the curves, I just find it easier to just basically follow that line and just click to create basically a semi-curve. You know, this is, again, site work on a pond, so we don't need to have like precision to the nth degree. We just need to be able to know how much cubic, approximately how many cubic yards of earth we're going to need to move, and just by clicking around some points to create that curve is all I need to do. So I'm continuing along. I'm going to click here. Now I'm going to follow the outside edge of that purple line, right? And then I'm creating basically that donut shape, or that ring. Not really donut, more like an hourglass, but it's still a ring that's around there. Okay, now right about there I'm done. I'm just going to hit my enter key, and there you go. 84.38 cubic yards of fill that needed to be removed there at a depth of 24 inches. So lastly, I'm going to click the select tool, click the volume tool again one more time, come over to the area. Now I'm going to put in 12 inches depth. Okay, so I'll do the same thing. Start my line here, click there, and I'll just basically start following the contours of this line. There are tools that's out on the market that allow you to do subtract, division, and joins of these things. But I tell you, it gets, the level of complexity of those tools is really high. At PlanHub, we have a philosophy of keeping it simple and easy to use. Those complex tools, by the time you learn how to use them, you still have to draw as many points as I'm doing right now. Makes no difference. But now you're going to have the complexity of, I want this subtracted from that, right? Whereas here, I'm just basically going like this, following my lines, my click points, right? And this is one of the more complex shapes I've had to deal with because it's a site plan. Site plans have really neat shapes on them, as opposed to the architectural plan of like a floor, you know, of a apartment building or something like that. Over there, all the lines are practically straight. You don't have to do a lot of this. But since we have this tool, I want to show you how its simplicity is actually very effective. Okay, so there you go. I did 3 rings starting from the middle, 48 inches deep. The ring out here 36 inches deep. Over here 24 inches deep. The brown is 12 inches deep. And I've got all the total cubic yards of fill that I need. If I go to project measurements here, you can see all of that right there. One thing that you can do is you can hit export. Then you export that, it comes out into a CSV file. I'm going to go ahead and open it. Hopefully you can see it on the screen. And there we have it. You have all of that here, okay? And you can just basically quickly sum that up. 354.65 cubic yards need to be removed for that particular pond. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you very much.